you never take me out someplace for lunch?
Because it isn't necessary.
Oh, forgive me for laughing, but it's these cartoons I've just finished. I suppose you could say I really enjoy my work. That's actually because, as a cartoonist, I never resort to what we call in the trade a formula caption. Now, let me give you an example. Well, suppose you had a drawing with the caption, "Where were you all night, Chastity?" Well, you can immediately ascertain the endless variations. Quit fooling around with that loaded pistol, Prudence, or for heaven's sake, Patience, will you please give me a chance to explain? I'm happy to say that I have managed to avoid all of them. I find that the funniest things in life can't be pigeonholed.
Coming in, John?
Be right in, Harry. What I'm trying to say is that there are two kinds of cartoonists. One fella who works, obviously, the easy way, and then there's myself. I'm afraid that artistic integrity is my most substantial motivating force. Anyhow, that's the way it is in my world.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Monroe, but if you wouldn't mind shaking the lead out and hustling your artistic integrity into my office, your confrères and I have a magazine to get out.
And, welcome to it.
From the bar.
All right, have it your way. You heard a seal. What?
Bark.
Bark?
Yes, you know.
Like a dog?
Well, usually, but in this case, more like a seal.
I don't understand
it. Well, what's there to understand? There's a seal in this man's bedroom. And this man's wife, she thinks he's crazy. That's because she's not good enough for him. Well, let me explain it another way.
You can explain it all you want, but if I don't understand it, then millions of our readers are not going to understand it either.
I find it impossible to understand why you don't understand.
John, listen to me. We're talking about a bedroom. A bedroom in a man's house is sacred. Now, why would a man allow a seal in his bedroom? I wouldn't allow a seal in my bedroom.
Why not?
I have my reasons. Well, I bet you a quarter that no one in this room would allow a seal to come into his bedroom.
Hamilton, the man didn't allow the seal in his bedroom. It's just there.
Well, how did it get there?
That's between a man and his imagination.
That's a very good answer. But it doesn't make the drawing funny.
This drawing is funny.
Why?
Because it is.
But why?
Have I ever lied to you before?
No.
Then it's funny.
I can't take your word for it. Explain it to me.
You can't explain funny. Some things defy explanation. Why is a sunset beautiful?
I never laughed at a sunset in my life.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, there's no identifying with this. It doesn't tickle me. It doesn't touch me. It doesn't make my mouth water.
I am perfectly secure in my work. Anything you say about that cartoon cannot harm me.
It stinks.
Don't hedge.
I mean, the seal. Why doesn't the wife smell it?
Maybe she has a sinus problem.
Well, the mustache is wrong.
It's under the nose.
I know, but mustaches don't grow on seals that way.
How do they grow?
Well, sort of out more, like a pussycat.
Seals' mustaches are soft. The force of gravity pulls them down.
On what kind of a seal?
My kind of a seal. When I draw a seal, he will wear my kind of mustache. If you want to draw a seal, you can make him look like a pussycat.
Rise.
Hello, what are you doing in the city?
Lydia has an appointment with the orthodontist.
Again?
Oh, John. Lydia's bite is improving tremendously.
So is his. What's he trying to do? Bleed us dry?
I'm sorry my teeth are crooked.
So am I.
John, please.
Ellen, I want our daughter to have beautiful straight teeth. I don't want her biting herself in the chin every time she closes her mouth. I just think it can be done without tearing at the innermost parts of this family's financial vitals. Now, you understand what I mean, don't you, Lydia?
Sure.
There, you see?
You seem to be awfully upset today.
Oh, well.
What happened?
Same old nonsense. Here, look at this. Now, tell me, you think that's funny?
Oh, darling, that's very funny.
It is, isn't it?
I love it.
Can I see it?
Hamilton says he doesn't understand it.
That's ridiculous.
He wants it explained.
But what's there to explain, John? The man just thinks there's a seal in the bedroom. Does that need an explanation? Darling, you really mustn't be so sensitive to Hamilton's reactions. He just isn't very perceptive sometimes. Lydia, come on, dear. We'll be late for the dentist. We'll see you at home, darling.
What do you mean he thinks there's a seal in the bedroom?
It's his illusion, and his wife is trying to humor him.
It's not an illusion. It isn't funny unless there actually is a seal in the bedroom.
Oh, not really? Oh, but, John, how would a seal actually get into the bedroom?
That's not the point.
All right, John, there's nothing to make a fuss over.
Humor is my business, and that joke simply does not work unless there is actually, realistically, and positively a fur-lined, barking, web-footed seal in the bedroom.
Daddy, you know what I think?
I don't care what you think. You're just a kid.
John.
Oh, all right. What do you think?
Isn't it supposed to say, I heard a dog bark?
No.
Pardon?
No,
Why?
because it's a seal.
Oh, I thought it was a dog.
No, it's a seal.
But it looks like a dog. Except for the whiskers. They grow the wrong way.
They grow the right way, and it's a seal.
Well, then how did the seal get into the bedroom?
I hope you have a nice time at the dentist's.
Come on, Lydia.
Hi, baby.
Why should you have to explain funny? I mean, either a thing is or it isn't. Either it tickles your funny bone or it doesn't. You shouldn't have to look for hidden meanings.
Greeley has just rejected one of your cartoons.
Correct.
Since I guessed absolutely correctly, you are now obliged to buy me a drink. It'll be my, fifth.
Mm-hmm. Greeley rejected one of your stories.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a logical mind.
Sorry?
You remind me of my wife's mother.
You have mother problems?
It's the root of man's inhumanity to man. And a lot of his inhumanity to woman, too. Best thing you can say for mothers is they drive us to drink.
I love my mother.
You're not telling me this just to try to avoid the draft.
No, I mean it. I really do.
Well, why are you sitting around a saloon drinking? Sheer ecstasy?
I came here for an opinion. Is that funny?
Well.
Well, what? Are you going to ask me how the man got the seal in the bedroom?
Doesn't matter how it got there.
Of course it doesn't.
What matters is why any man would want to put it there.
What do you mean?
Are you in analysis?
Me? No.
What's the matter? You stuck up or something?
No, it just never occurred to me that I needed it.
Well, all that symbolism probably doesn't mean a thing.
What symbolism?
It's your mother.
What's my mother?
The seal.
The seal is my mother?
Hadn't that occurred to you? Your mother standing between you and your wife behind your bed?
She'd never do a thing like that.
Symbolism. It's all in there.
Know Your Mind by Leon Feinschreiber.
The man's a genius.
All right. Would he think that that's funny?
Oh, no. He has no sense of humor. But he'd tell you why you think it's funny.
Would you sell me this book?
Do you think I'd sell a book to a friend?
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you.
No. Take it. Read it. Study it. Then return it. Oh, first, pay the check.
Of course.
Here's my card. Anytime you feel you want to talk about it, just feel free to give me a ring.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah. If you want to take 50 minutes and have lunch one day, I'd be only too happy.
Seal, my mother?
Except Wednesday. I'm playing golf.
I was absolutely fascinated with the book. Psychiatry was a new world for me. Of course, I am very impressionable, but already I discovered I had 12 different neuroses I couldn't even spell. Ellen was getting worried.
Dear? Why don't you put out the light and get some sleep?
Yes, dear.
Nag, nag, nag. What did I tell you? But does a son listen to a mother? You married her, so you gotta listen to her.
I'm just telling you for your own good, darling. You look awfully tired.
And why do you look tired? Because you have to work to support her, like a ditch digger.
Don't be silly, Mother.
I'm not being silly. I'm being... What did you call me?
You see how she is? Nosing in a private conversation.
I could have sworn I heard you talking.
No. Give you my word.
Now you're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
I didn't say you were a liar, John.
I didn't mean you, Ellen. I meant, oh, never mind.
John, please tell me what's the matter.
Nothing, dear. Nothing.
Are you sure you're feeling well, dear?
You move over.
I'm feeling just fine.
Is there anything I can do?
I told you, move over.
Nothing. It's just that I've had rather a long day at the office.
Sorry, darling.
The boy's exhausted. Do you have to get hit with a club? Stop that. Stop it. Say, listen to me, lady. Move over. That's my son. Let me tell you, she's got some nerve.
Good morning, darling.
Good morning. Morning.
Your eggs will be ready in just a minute, John.
Thank you.
Would you like to watch me chew?
I hadn't thought about it.
Well, it's not much of a return on your investment, but I thought you might like to see my molars come together.
Oh, that, yes. Well, go ahead.
Lydia, you'd better get started, dear. You'll be late for school.
Okay. How'd you like it?
Very much. You disposed of that bite of toast with authority and dispatch.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Goodbye.
John, is something the matter? Now, come on, John, out with it. What's wrong?
You never liked her.
Never liked who?
My mother.
Oh, John, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm crazy about your mother.
Didn't you just pick at the food with the fork the first time you came over to the house for dinner?
Well, I admit to not liking her food, but I like your mother. John, why are we talking about your mother all of a sudden?
Every time I suggested having her over, you always had something else to do.
John, you've never suggested we have her over.
You're just trying to wriggle out of it
I was always the one to suggest we have her over.
because of your guilt. Guilt will make a person who hates do very hypocritical things.
I don't know. There's always something terrifyingly wrong about what you draw. A tinge of insanity, but these are different.
Exactly. From now on, I'm drawing from inner knowledge, free of any fantasy or pretense. Reality. That's the key word, Hamilton. From now on, reality.
I got a feeling I've made a terrible mistake.
What time is Grandma coming over?
She'll be here any time now.
Well, I like her.
Of course you will. I mean, of course you do, don't you?
Well, I don't remember.
Is it that long since she's been here?
Well, I have a vague recollection of a nice fat old lady.
I guess it has been some time. Hello, dear.
Good evening.
Your mother's coming for dinner.
Why? You never liked her?
I like your mother.
She's a nice fat old lady.
Last time, she departed on account of you.
Me?
When you were born, she felt left out.
John, there's no reason for you to carry on like this. We both like your mother.
She's a nice fat old lady.
Will you please stop saying that? She's a thin, beautiful, attractive human being. You make her sound like a large, shapeless animal.
Grandma!
You're kidding.
That's her car.
For a moment, I thought I heard a... Never mind.
Hi, folks.
Mother.
Hello, Mother.
Hi, Grandma.
You come back here to Nana. Oh, your grandma's little baby dumpling. This is for you, sweetheart.
Thanks, Grandma.
Let me take your coat, Mother.
Be careful, it's falling apart. Sealskin only lasts 15 or 20 years.
It's lovely.
John gave it to me when he sold his first story.
Ah.
Before the Second World War.
Has it been that long?
Am I complaining? John, get my bag from the car.
Bag?
It's only a small one. Don't think a mother can't tell when she's not wanted.
Why, that's silly. Of course you're wanted.
2 invitations in 3 years isn't exactly popularity.
That's not really Ellen's fault.
The kid doesn't like me?
Oh, of course she does. No, it's my fault. I sort of forgot.
That's sweet. You're protecting them. I know what you think of me.
Mother, don't do that.
All over the world, mothers get gesundheit. Don't do that. Do you realize how hot it gets in Scranton in the summer?
No, I don't. More vegetables, Mother?
Let me tell you, it's no Connecticut. I talk to women all the time whose kids live in the cool in Connecticut. But we live at 1,000,000 degrees Fahrenheit in Scranton.
Lydia, would you please pass your grandmother the lemonade?
Yes, Daddy.
All the mothers left in Scranton at the end of August come out in the street to congratulate each other on just being alive. You never heard such applause. Wonderful, you did it. You're still alive. Congratulations, thank God. You live in heaven. In Scranton, mothers are dying in the street. Pass the fish, please.
Well, all set to go?
Don't think I want to.
All right. We all have to go sometime. Well, you know what I mean. Have a good trip, Mother.
Goodbye, son. Take care of yourself. You know what we mean to each other.
Mother. Mother. Mother, I just want to say goodbye. Goodbye to you. Did you finish all your work?
Yes, and if I do say so myself, it was brilliant.
Good for you.
Of course, Hamilton won't understand a word of it. You know, knowledge is really a wonderful thing. Man goes along fairly confidently through life. And one day he begins to doubt himself, loses confidence in his ability, in his sense of humor in general. And suddenly he realizes that his mother does resemble a seal, and it all comes back to him.
Why, Hamilton.
Hello, Ellen.
Hello.
Is he still mad at me?
What is that?
Well, it's a kind of a joke to show him that there's no hard feelings.
That seal?
Yeah, I thought I'd put it in his bedroom. How about that?
Hamilton.
What's all the racket about down here? Why, Hamilton, what on earth are you doing here?
Why, just dropped by to see that everything was okay.
Sure, everything's okay. What on the earth was that?
It's a joke.
What kind of a joke?
Hamilton went to a lot of trouble to play a joke on you. He was going to put a live seal in our bedroom.
What's so funny about that?
Don't you think it's funny?
What, a smelly seal in my bedroom?
Well, I think it's funny.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I don't know. It just struck me as being funny.
I don't understand you, Hamilton.
Well, look, there's no use in explaining a joke, John. Let's face it. You either have a sense of humor or you don't. We appreciate your being with us tonight. Next week on My World and Welcome to It.